All right, so this is a tutorial on how to use the multiplication chart. The multiplication chart will come in handy even without the online format. The multiplication chart was something that I advocated for use on the final with, because I think it is something that can be even more handy than a calculator in this class because of all of its uses, really. But especially with factors and multiples and perfect squares and all of this stuff. So just a couple of its uses. If I remember or come across any other uses as time goes on, I will add to this. So I suggest I will post the PDF file that goes with this. I suggest you print this and just go through and mark anything that I mark, or just keep this handy so that you can use this. First things first, and you may still have this if you've been in another class with me, whether you take a pencil or a line, just mark a line through this middle diagonal that goes down through, because what we just talked about in the special cases factoring, these are all your perfect squares. So this has I'm gonna hit buttons, but you can't see that last one, but I think it's 900. These are all your perfect squares. Like we talked about why it happens, and it makes sense on a multiplication chart. This happens when you do 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3. And if I just do a line really quickly, like on this would make sense why it happens on here. 5 times 5, you draw a line in from 5 and 5, and it would hit that number. Okay, so that happens on that diagonal line, and it happens all the way from 1 times 1 to 30 times 30, which would be 900. So, obviously, a multiplication chart is going to do your multiplication, but it also does your division as well. So if you are looking, like, say we're doing factors, okay, and you are, like, say you have 72, anytime you see 72 on here, you're going to be able to find the factor. So I just happened to find 12. So 12, and that would make the other factor 6, right? Anytime 12, then it's going to be 9 and 8. There's 72. 8 and 9. Okay. There's 72. 12 and 6 again. 72, 18 and 4. Okay, 72, 24, and 3. Now, this isn't all inclusive, just because obviously it only goes up to 30 by 30, but it would hit on any that fall within this, obviously it falls within any of here. Multiples, obviously, it has all of the multiples. If you look at any line, any given number, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and on, all the way up to 30. Yeah. I know as I was going through, I was trying to remember, what it's helpful with, but as you're thinking about, obviously multiplying numbers, this is going to be helpful with finding any of your multiples. If you are, as you're doing as you're finding your factors, like say you're doing your factoring, and your factor, say your number is 40, and you're trying to find all of your factors of 40, and you're saying, okay, 40 divided by 1, okay, or 40 divided by 2. Now you come over here to 2, and you find if 40 is in there. Okay, yes it is. And what is it? 20. So you know that that's there. Okay, 40 divided by 3. Here's 3. Is 40 in here? No, it's not, because it goes from 39 to 42. So you know it's not there. 40 divided by 4. Is 40 in here? Yes. It's equal to 10. 40 divided by 5. Is it here? Yes. 40 is divisible by 5. It's 8. Is 40 in here divisible by 6? No, because there's 36 and 42, so it's not divisible by that. 40 is it divisible by 7? No, because it would be here. It would be between 35 and 42, not there. 40 is divisible by 8. Here, it's 5. 40 is divisible by 9. No, it would be right here. Is 40 divisible by 10? Yes, because it's right there. Is 40 divisible by 11? No. 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on. So sometimes with finding factors, especially for factoring, it can be easier and quicker than using your calculator. All right, so as we go and as more topics come up, especially if they're helpful, I'll add to this, but especially for the perfect squares, because that's going to be something that is used until the end of this course, and with factoring, this is going to be very helpful.